Boy, I'm gonna catch so much fire over this. Like, have you seen the amount of Mario fans out there? But hey, this is my video, not yours. What you gonna do about it? During development, SEGA split the two games apart to make Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles. And do you know why? Because of a deal with McDonald's. Yeah, no wonder so many people hate clowns. Ronald McDonald stole the perfect Sonic game from us. Why is there a carnival on Angel Island? Did Eggman build it? When did he have the time to build a carnival? How did this happen? So when I heard Sonic Superstars was a thing when it was announced in May, I lost my voice that day. I screamed my head off because I was so excited for this game. Frankly, I'm excited for most of them except for like Slow, because I don't think I'm ever gonna use that during gameplay. But small editor side note here, the background footage is from Sonic Origins Plus, so please deal with the slightly blurry Sonic as I don't have a PC and I can't play the far superior Sonic 1 Forever, so I'm sorry about that. SEGA started working on one of the most ambitious projects ever, Mr.NeedleMouse. Or well, it would have been Mr.NeedleMouse if they hadn't changed the name to something as not cool as Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, Mr.NeedleMouse is clearly cooler. That's why it's like, you know, the logo of my, you know, channel. It's clearly cooler, you know. Sonic Team would be formed under the head of Yuji Naka. We don't talk about what happened with Yuji Naka because, well, yeah, he's not working anymore. One of the biggest factors of why Sonic the Hedgehog 1 succeeded was the implementation of something all Sonic fans either are in love with or are absolutely terrified of it. The M word. Momentum. Well, unlike future titles where children die, gods are awakened, and other horrific things like that happen, Sonic 1's story is quite simple. I don't necessarily think that they should ever see each other again. I mean, after Forces, I don't think anyone ever wants to see classic and modern Sonic in the same timeline or even referencing each other. I think it's great, because nobody absolutely hates classic Sonic, right? Right? Guys, let's not hate classic Sonic.
I'm hanging on to the other side. I won't give up till the end of
Then the character's doing that triangle around Sonic on Rhea Island and saving his life.
But most are really good, except for Sonic Underground. We're not gonna talk about Sonic Underground today, but a review of that disgusting show will be coming at one point, don't worry.
This is the part where I talk about my opinion. This is my opinion, I have to clarify that. My opinion, please don't murder me. There is literally no one here, everyone is dead. There is literally no one here, everyone's a ghost. It's not like, oh, I'm fighting you, Sonic, cause I'm more epic than you, and I'm the coolest. Because, I now have like, an extra 15 hours for update 3. Yeah, this update's gigantic. Ay, Knuckles. What did they do to you, my boy? But there are some really good tracks. I mean, in fact, I'm gonna play some of my favorite ones for you right now. My favorites are Speed Jungle Act 1. Lagoon City Act 2. Press Factory Act 1. And Egg Fortress Act 2. Where Amy helps Trip get through the stage, and it's an adorable little gimmick and an adorable little stage that I absolutely adored. Remember how I said there's only 2 one-act stages? Well, guess what? I lied to you, and you believed me. You dumbass. And come on, Sega, give us a Mr.NeedleMouse skin. I mean, it wouldn't take you that much. I mean, it'd be pretty cool, right? I'm not the only one who thinks that, right? Some of these opinions may shock you, others you may be disappointed or impressed about, and some you might want to put me and burn me at the stake. But that doesn't matter, does it? Do I need to explain why this game is the worst Sonic game of all time? Okay. In fact, you know what? I was planning to do a review on every single Sonic game. This is part review, part tier listing Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, because I am not reviewing this game. No way. You know what? I'm so upset that this game even exists. I'm not even spending more than like a minute on this game. You know what? You know why is it so bad? Awful gameplay, Sonic isn't fast, the Knuckles is broken, all the characters suck, horrible story, and even the most best part about every Sonic game, the music, horrible. Not a singular banger. Okay, next game. What's next? I found this funny glitch while recording the video, and I don't really know where to put it. What did they do? What did Sega do? Did they give him like a budget of $2? What happened here? People were like, look, my avatar, original the character, do not steal, can be with Sonic. I'm friends with Sonic. Get a life. Get a life. I'm sorry. Stop it. It's literally a video game. And I never saw the point of original the character. Like, I had him, it was kind of cool, but nothing cool. And this is not even the most controversial take of the video. Oh boy.
First of all, your Jordans are completely fake.
And Sonic and the Secret Rings was created. It did not succeed whatsoever, so that plan went to. These controls suck. And there's no other words for them. Like, look at the way Sonic controls. Just to go forwards and backwards. And you know what's the most frustrating part? The fact that this could have been easily fixed, because at the time the nunchuck already existed. So why didn't they do that? I don't know, it's Sonic Team, they make stupid decisions all the time. Also, Shadow the Hedgehog with a gun. I rest my case. Can I be real with you guys for a second? I really didn't like colors. Like, I'm sorry, but it was bad. The only Also, come on, it's Sonic with a god sword. That's so cool. It's 3 acts. Why? Okay, I need you all to repeat after me. This is just NeedleMouse's opinion, and I will not burn him at the stake for it. Okay? We good? Now, can I explain why I love this game? Alright, great! If you haven't, go do that now. Pause the video. Playing these games is more important. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Man, there is no other words for this game but that it's amazing. Made by a passionate team of fans, the game is the only true and the only sequel to Sonic 3. The only sequel to Sonic 3. Sandaba is the only zone I disliked, but even that zone is just 2 acts and is not horrible. Sonic 2. Live and learn, baby.
I'm hanging on to the other side. I won't give up till the end of me.
So, a whole Sonic game dropped just like a couple of days ago, you know, Sonic Superstars. So, let me just quickly add in the Superstars section here and now. I'm not gonna go back and edit. You're just gonna hear my opinions on Superstars right now. And yeah, that's the tier list that I have put in front of you. Please don't kill me in the comments. This is my opinion. This is what I personally view on the Sonic franchise. So Sega just revealed a whole new Sonic game out of nowhere. I'm just in shock. What the f is a Sonic?
In the 90s, this rat actually did well and succeeded. Crazy, right? We can't have anything now in this day and age as Sonic fans. Sonic has a whole section in Target for a reason.
Alright, we made it past Act 1, and honestly, these special stages are overhead. Like, I don't see the... Oh god. And now we take down Eggman, there we go, and we move on to the next zone. No, I'm not doing this, I'm out of here, bye. And I just beat the game for my 5th time at this point, so I'm probably gonna stop playing now. I think I have like, I don't know, a life to have, and then I gotta eat something, probably. Yeah, well anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all next time.
Yeah, I don't think I need to say anything about the zone, do I? This is this is absolute peak. This is like one of the best classic zones of all time. It's so good. Alright, now I'm defeating the 2 bosses in Egg Reverie now. There goes Eggman, there goes the Heavy King, and we're done. That's it. Sonic Mania has been conquered. This is my 3rd playthrough of the game, and I think I need to go now. I think I need to eat and sleep. So I'll see you guys all next time. Alright, and I have now beaten the end for the 5th time, and this is my 5th playthrough of Sonic Frontiers, and as you can see, I've 100%ed the game as well. And after beating it 5 times in a row, I'm getting a little bored now, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time.
Alright, and now we move on to the next zone. I wonder what it is.
Alright, nope, I'm done. I'm done. I'm out. I'm done. No, I'm done.
Hilltop Zone is mega underrated. It's such a great zone. I love this zone. Another great one. It's just so good. Sonic CD, or as I like to call it, Sonic Cease and Desist. The head of Sonic Team at the time, Yuji Naka, who we still don't want to talk about. I just get through the level, and then I see a decrepit version of the zone, and I feel bad. Stop making me feel bad, game! We get like this really cool Easter egg where if you wait for 3 minutes, Sonic will just jump off and die. Maybe that's not so cool actually. Kids, don't do suicide. That kills you. Don't do that. Now, for those who are not part of my channel and are joining in, who have no idea who the heck I am, if you told that version of me you were gonna hit 1,000 subscribers in 2 months, I'd look at you and I'd laugh. I'd say, "Are you insane? Who would have ever believed that I would hit?" I most certainly did not believe that I would hit 1,000 subscribers. I am just in shock. I but a good kind of shock, not a bad kind of shock. I'm in a good kind of shock. Whether you're friends, your family, whether you know me personally or you don't know me personally, whether you've criticized or loved my videos, I love you all. You know that you're too cool screen? I'm gonna put it up right here. You're too cool? Yeah, that's you. You guys are too cool. I love you all. So with that, thank you guys all so much for watching this video. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, a peak day wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you guys all next time. Ciao. Sonic Heroes is a good game and I'm tired of pretending it's not. So now that the Sonic Hate Avengers got to say what they needed to say, let's actually talk about this game in my point of view. Is this game better than Sonic Colors? Yes. Is this game better than Sonic Adventure 2? No. Is this game better than Sonic Generations? Yes. Please do not murder me. I think that it's better than Generations.
The gameplay of Sonic Heroes is perhaps the most innovative in the Sonic franchise.
Sonic Heroes is a great game. If you disagree, that's okay. But if you agree, I'm happy that you have the right opinion. No, I'm just kidding. Is it truly one of the greatest Sonic games of all time, even though it's confined to the Apple Arcade and an iPhone? Or is this game kind of dog? Well, starting with the opening animation, my reaction to that was essentially me screaming at how amazing it was. Because it is. But there are some cutscenes that are animated unlike anything we've seen in the last almost 10 years. The last time we saw a Sonic game with such fluid animation was Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. And that's the only good thing about Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. Then we have the music of Sonic Superstars. And honestly, unfortunately, the best bit of Sonic Superstars is also the one used in the opening animation. And that's because it was written by T. Lopes. Not to say that the OST is bad, it's just okay. But you're not here for the music, you're not here for the animation. Well, actually, I think a lot of us are here for the animation. You're here for the gameplay of Sonic Dream Team, because that's what we care about. The gameplay. There is no, drawback to the gameplay whatsoever. It is consistently fun. I can't believe I'm saying this about a Sonic game. What universe are we living in? There's no drawback whatsoever. There's no lows in this gameplay. It's just plain fun. No matter what character type you're playing as, the game is fun. Crazy, right? I mean, there has never been a Sonic game where there's no drawback to it. Adventure has the Big and Amy. Adventure 2 has the Meg stages and the treasure hunting. That sucks. Sonic Unleashed has the Werehog. Sonic Frontiers is janky sometimes, and the last two islands are disappointing, and there's nothing there. And before Update 3, the final boss was bad, and also the towers suck in Update 3. The best of the best Sonic games, the ones that people love, have drawbacks, except for Sonic 3 and Knuckles. But that's peak. It is absolutely mental that I'm saying this about a Sonic game. And I am so happy she's back. But at the same time, I do not like her voice. She's not the worst voice in this game. Oh, we'll get to that very, very soon. Rouge the Bad. She controls identical to Knuckles, so I have no complaints when it comes to gameplay, but my god, what the ever-loving is this voice?
You've managed to tick me off. That's the last mistake you'll ever make.
This is the worst Rouge voice we have ever gotten. They really went and gave Rouge a higher voice than Amy.
My pleasure, Sonic. Just don't forget my reward for helping. Can you find a way to get them out of this thing, Tails?
What? The one and only Ultimate Life Form Shadow the Hedgehog has been found in the files of Sonic Superstars. Yeah, I'm just as shocked as you are. But I mean, he's here, look at him. Was the power-ups that Sonic and Co could use. There was, of course, the your standard invisibility and whatnot, but there was also the Wisps. And yes, I can already hear everyone's keyboards clacking away how the Wisps suck, and they do. But here, they are utilized less of a main game gimmick, but as a temporary power-up. You don't even have to use them if you don't want to. It's exactly how they should have been utilized in Colors in my eyes. The character roster was massive. And I mean, we had Amy,
Blaze, and fucking Mephiles the Dark.
What?
Side note, I literally know nothing about music, so if I mislabeled something, it's because I'm a dumb. Take a listen. It's a really nice song to introduce the game to, and it feels so, well, Sonic. It reflects his character perfectly. This song makes you want to be happy and as free from constraints as Sonic is. What? take a listen. And I'll let this one play for a little bit. And I'll let you reflect on whatever you really want. Take a listen.
I was recording this and look who came in. Raisin. Say hi to my subscribers. Say hi to my subscribers.
As you can see, Sonic Riders is, for some fucking reason, very complicated compared to other racing games, even just based off of this. And we haven't even gotten to the trick system yet, which is quite complicated. Essentially, when jumping off a ramp, your character can perform tricks. Moving your stick in a certain direction will perform certain specific tricks. Landing a lot of tricks will get you a rank, and will give you a boost in speed. But if you land poorly, you will get a C rank and lose a ton of speed. This is very fun, but trying to nail this in your first couple of playthroughs will be hell and a half. But what exactly are the things Sonic and his friends are riding? So, Sonic and his friends ride on these things called Extreme Gear. They are essentially hoverboards that, well, hover above the ground. And that's about it. This is a Sonic redesign I can 100% get behind. Unlike some other designs. The game peaks right at the start, just like Riders as a whole, in the opinions of many. Man, that's kind of poetic, isn't it? And put an end to Dr. Eggman's dastardly plans. I mean, at least it's better than anything else in the meta era, am I right? Now, this is Jason's second game, so his Sonic voice isn't perfected just yet. But his Jet voice is where my problems personally stem from. He's just Sonic, but if Sonic had a cold his entire life, like, listen to this.
Are you saying there's profit in this?
I don't care, man. In my eyes, Jet is just the best. They ruined this poor boy in Free Riders. Jason Griffith is the only Jet, and I will die on this hill. I mean, just listen to this noise he makes.
Those things must be after this storm.
I guess that settles it. The key to
But finally, we get to the most controversial part of Sonic Riders. Its difficulty. When you start the game, it is so difficult. It's on a whole different level. Like, the difficulty curve is absolutely insane. You'll be fumbling around for hours on this game having no idea what in the you're doing.
You are not kidding, man. This game is somehow worse at teaching its mechanics than Sonic Lost World. Sonic Lost World. I didn't even think that was possible.
Yeah, with how mid Lost World is, me neither. But if you put in the time and hours into this game, it truly becomes one of the best racing games you'll ever play. Like, I'm being completely serious when I say Riders is one of my favorite racing games of all time. It's just really, really fun. And just like any other Sonic game, if you put in the time and master the game, that's when it becomes incredibly fun. Unless, of course, we're talking about Sonic Forces, because that game is just easy. Otherwise, the OST is just okay in my eyes. I mean, it's better than Sonic Forces OST, am I right? For a game that came out in 2006, Riders aged a lot better than a certain other game that came out in 2006. Yeah. So, you may be asking yourselves either, then why do you not like the daytime stages, or who the hell are you and what are you doing in my house?
I'm in your wall.
I'm talking about Unleashed.
Yeah, I got you good, didn't I?
Or just make the S rank extremely easy to get. Sonic Generations! Sorry. I of course understand if you enjoy it. Wait, actually, no, I don't understand if you enjoy it. Can you please explain why this boost is better in the comments? Because I am genuinely confused. These can be so stupid. Like, for example, there's one in Cool Edge where you cannot go fast in a Sonic game. You know, Dimps, if you didn't remove Peak Citadel and Peak Scamper, you wouldn't have this issue. Another interesting thing that Unleashed does is the levels themselves being different takes on established environments. Well, at least the ones that are kept in anyway. So yeah, a version of Sonic Unleashed, in my eyes, has very mid-daytime stages. Oh boy, I can't wait till people misunderstand this title and murder me.
We're traveling through time and space!
How did this happen?
Well then, looks like I'm going to need that bleach after all. Alright, I gotta make sure I say this, so I will not get murdered. I don't think Gens is a bad game. It's not even mediocre. I enjoyed my time quite a lot with this game. But is this game the best Sonic game of all time? It's not even close. Sonic Generations is quite unique when it comes to gameplay, as it has not one, but two different Sonics. Or at least this will be unique until some other game did it again, but worse. While I kinda hate this game for introducing classic Sonic, this of course would be perfect if the S rank wasn't so easy to get. If you're noticing a pattern, well, you should be. In Gens, it's very situational and you can't use it wherever you want. Why? While there aren't as many intuitive skips as there are in Unleashed, there are some pretty fun and satisfying ones. Is what I would say if these would aid you in getting the S rank, but guess what? The S rank is easy to get, rendering these shortcuts completely useless. Yeah, you thought we were done, we're gonna start talking about the positives? Oh, I'm just getting started. And for those saying, oh, well, you see, they focused on the gameplay instead of the story. The gameplay isn't even that good. I don't understand this. If I ever want mission type levels to return in Sonic game, which to be clear, I really don't want, this feeling of joy can be felt only twice. Spending your time with family and weapons bending. Unless of course we're talking about Gens where the S rank is easy. I'm not letting Gens off the hook. I liked it. I know, cue the dum 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 sound effects and the people gasping, but I really liked it. Like midway through like episode 5, I was like, oh, I see the problem. And the entirety of episode 3 and forward is Sonic going like, 9, this isn't you gotta stop. And then 9 going like, I'ma kill you. And then Sonic going again, 9, this isn't you shouldn't be doing this. 9 going like, I'ma kill you. I love seeing them as friends. Keyword is friends, just friends. The ending of the show pulls a Sonic 06. I can't believe I'm saying this, but it genuinely pulls a Sonic 06. Knuckles with a Boston accent goes hard. And just like that, with a snap of the fingers, they're all gone. Reduced to atoms. Just gone. Our adventure, our Sonic adventure. To understand the treasure hunting stages, we must once again go back in time to 1998 when Sonic Adventure first released. Sonic Team isn't as stupid as they look. Well, most of the time. Either I'm very lucky or it's a skill issue. You tell me.
This is Knuckles, and I'm back. I've been away for a while, but I'm back to kick some butt and wild candy.
Not a singular miss when it comes to these songs. Well, except for one, but we'll get to it later. Starting off with Dry Lagoon. First of all, how can a lagoon be dry? Like, I'm honestly curious. Is that like just like a bed with no water in it? How does this work? On my first playthrough of SA2, I was very confused on what to do exactly. I just ran around the stage not knowing exactly what to do until I accidentally destroyed one of the gun mechs. Somehow figured out that I had to go down and found a whole new stage. And in order to get that, you have to grab onto a second turtle. And no, I don't hate turtles. I think they're actually pretty cool. Like that one turtle in Archie comics that gets shot. God, that's dark. Archie's like way too dark. Jesus. Oh. Egg Quarters sucks. Can we move on now? No? I have to explain why this sucks? Fine. With people saying that games like Sonic Forces are better. Sonic Forces? What? The speed stages, of course. Apart from Crazy Cadger, which makes you feel hot. Taking place on the in-world equivalent of the Golden Gate Bridge, this stage is absolutely amazing. And is honestly better than the real-life equivalent. Let's see. What else is on the script? Oh no.
Shell Garden!
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! No way! No way! Oh my god! It's actually happening! It actually happened! What the? It's happening! He's here! Oh my god! Oh my god! It actually happened! I'm not really sure how this relates to the entirety of Sonic Generations itself, as the story in Generations, you know, it's awful, but apart from that, there's no way they're gonna drop something now, are they?
Oh, we are so bad. So in today's video, let's talk about how Sonic Colors should be a federal crime. Federal crimes are offenses that specifically violate US federal laws, such as tax evasion, but actually, Sonic Colors. So what's the catch? Well, the gameplay, it's certainly there. Now, I haven't made it a secret that I think that the Wisps, well, they suck. Originally, Colors were supposed to have 2 acts per zone, but developers decided to pad out the game, because that worked before. Starlight Carnival is pure eye candy, unless you're playing Colors Ultimate, where it's like your retinas are being burned off, of course, but the stages, environment, and the music are amazing. Aquarium Park is the bane of my existence. I hate this zone with all of my heart, but the 2D sections are actually fun. I know, it's crazy, but this world has so many fun gimmicks and such great level design. Sonic Colors Ultimate. They made the game somehow worse. The gameplay hasn't changed at all, except for now, there are no lives. They made a baby game even easier. Pat in the back, Sonic team. Then we have the graphics. My eyes hurt. What is this? Why is he a fish? What? Aside from my GO terminal velocity, which slaps even harder now. Except for this abomination to humanity. Yeah, apart from this purple garbage, I really love this game. After Sega essentially forced Sonic Team to scrap the first true 3D Sonic game for the Sega Saturn, and instead bring it to the Dreamcast, they began working on perhaps one of the most ambitious games for the time. On December 23rd, 1998 in Japan, and on September 9th, 1999 in the West. And went through a massive change when Sonic & Co transitioned into 3D. This leads Eggman to send Zero out so that he can extract the emerald from the bird and bring it back to the doctor so he can feed it to Chaos. I really wish she used it more, but unfortunately Sega hated her at the time, so of course we weren't gonna get that. And while I find Hot Shelter to be hot garbage, haha, funny joke, the true and only sequel to Sonic 3 was finally here. The only sequel to Sonic 3. You literally play Sonic R, aka Peak. When I say Studiopolis is a serious contender for the best classic Sonic zone ever, yeah, no, it is Peak. This act is one of the biggest issues I have with Mania. It just sucks. But if you play as the echidna that's rougher than the rest of them, the best of them, they made this zone fun? As Sonic and Tails accidentally blow up the facility, it sets on fire. Yeah, already this game makes more sense than Sonic 2, so bonus points for that. as well as the return of the greatest incarnation of Sonic, Chibi Sonic. Look at him. Protect him with your life, please. Tails still has his iconic flight, and that's about it. I mean, what else is he supposed to have, to be fair? Finally, we have Knuckles, who has his gliding and climbing, and that's about it. Sonic Mania Plus released about a year after, and they cooked. I wish all Sonic games cost that much. Yeah. And before anyone asks me why I didn't talk about the story, what story? I played a little bit of Colors Ultimate on my friend's Switch, but well, that went well as might as you think it did. Here we go! Blasting through as Sonic has never, and apparently will never, felt better. For those who watched my video on Sonic Generations, to be fair, who hasn't at this point? First off, thank you very much, but second, know that one of the most important things in a Sonic game for me is the ranking system. Whale! And I'm not talking about your mother. This is also where we are introduced to our first two mini-bosses in Daytime Sonic stages, called the Interceptor. Yeah, I had to go on the Sonic Wiki for this one, because I have at least some life to not know what the this is in Sonic Unleashed.
Sonic is in the US of A! Yeah! Freedom, liberty, justice, guns!
So you absolutely can bet your grandma's life savings that this stage will have a load of amazing skips. I have heard people genuinely refer to the Werehog as if he murdered their entire family lineage. But I, really enjoy it. Not the killing the family lineage, but the actual Werehog. Let's get that clear. The only thing that remains something that I don't like throughout every stage is whenever you encounter enemies, this stupid jazz song plays. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a pretty good song, but like, you hear it every 2 seconds, it gets really annoying. But let's talk about each level in detail. Yes, I'm that insane to talk about the stages twice. Alright, you ready? Let's go. Woo! And the gimmicks in said levels are amazing too, with these icicles that fall, and these ice pillars that also fall. When I first played this stage, there was a lot of falling off skyscrapers instead of scampering on them. But I should probably also mention that a massive part of why I enjoy the Werehog stages is the replayability. Just like with any goated Sonic game, you have to first master the level design before cruising through the levels and grabbing S ranks. Games are amazing. Most of them anyway. But many people quite dislike the gameplay. There were loads of spin-offs for other SEGA consoles and add-ons, and most of them were bad. Like, really bad. In fact, it was originally called Sonic Crackers. Yeah, that name is kind of concerning, as well as the ability to be able to walk on walls, because you know, he's a chameleon. Look at these things. Aren't they so cool? You know, I used to have a chameleon. It died. And I was depressed for a long time. Dang, I miss him so much. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, SPO's moveset. While the speed never reaches the speeds of the Sonic 2 and Sonic 3, I released 2 videos back to back that were at least over 20 minutes long, and we don't talk about that Unleashed video. This is SEGA. I don't really think they're gonna remake Sonic Heroes. There is no way. And they just leaked out that we're getting a Sonic Heroes remaster. Yeah, I'm kind of like shocked. I'm shocked. I can't believe this is actually happening. I'm in this game too. 10 out of 10. Perfect video game. The story is so beautiful and coherent. like Sonic Adventure 2, but even somehow better. Everyone go support, I don't know who this is, this G Duba guy. I don't know who this guy is. I have no relation to this guy. You like Sonic? Now, how about guns? You see where I'm going with this? Shadow the Hedgehog is a video game that certainly exists. Honestly, it's so overbearingly mid, right? Stupid dialogue, awful gameplay. It's one of the worst Sonic games I've ever... I will not have this game slandered, and not by some weak faker. I beat the game in like 3 days. Like all of the endings. And I've always 100%ed the game. Look at me in the eyes and tell me I am a sane human being. Around this time, fans also wanted Sonic characters to wield guns. Now, I'm not kidding, this is genuinely something people wanted. Yeah. And so, out of all of these ideas, Shadow the Hedgehog was born. It also has these stretchy things that don't really have a purpose except to look cool, I guess. What else does this stage even have? Oh right, it has death, and there are a bunch of ruins. I don't know, man. This stage is just alright. Nothing more and nothing less. And there isn't just much of anything, I'm gonna be honest. Usually, I hate lava levels in Sonic because they often turn out to feel like Mario levels. Sonic Lost World. Well, dang, I didn't expect that. The neutral mission on its own is so much fun, but the dark mission, keep cooking, Sonic Team. While the hero mission has you teaming up with Vector to... No, don't say it, no!
Find the computer!
So you can deal damage easier. Almost all bosses in this game are way too easy. Except for Sonic and Diablon. This is awful. No more of this. I hate this.
I gave you life, and yet you defy me. So be it. You shall pay for your ingratitude with relentless pain.
Shadow, can you hear me? We managed to escape from that cup. There's no need to hold back.
As before that, all the previous final Supersonic bosses have been sorta charge into him and wait for this thing to charge to attack, which is kinda bad in my opinion. Wow, wait, that was kind of a fire review. Thanks. No hard feelings about shooting you, by the way, okay? I just kind of needed to review this game because you would have not given it a fair chance. Yeah, it's chill. I've already been killed 16 times, so I'm used to it. And before anyone says anything, no, there will not be channel lore. And also, to address the allegations, no, I don't think this game is better than Sonic Generations. When I say the words Chow Garden, what do you think of? An amazing little side game that must come back? Or a thing that Sonic fans won't stop crying to Sonic Team about so it can come back? And apart from this...
I wonder if there's a Chow Garden hidden around here. Might not be the right climate.
Stop doing this! In each garden, there will be eggs that you can hatch by literally throwing them at a wall. That doesn't seem very healthy for the Chow. And to get rid of them, you can break your heart and say goodbye to your baby child. I literally cannot. I mean, look at him. Look at the little face. That's so sad. The possibilities are literally endless, pun intended. There are actually so many things to talk about in this garden to the point where a whole separate video is necessary. Which I honestly don't know if I'll make. It's really fun, especially if you take into consideration that you can literally transfer your Chow from your GameCube to the Game Boy Advance and vice versa. Technology. Like people in the 1800s were like, oh jolly, those blokes will have flying cars, mate. Nah, we have Chow Gardens, baby. Woo! Mods.
Can we kill this guy?
Whoa! Peak got a new update, a new level, new gimmicks, Shadow mentioned? What are they cooking? And while I know that many people are unfortunately not able to play the game, I can, so I'm gonna take advantage of that. In fact, I grinded to get it to at least top 100 in many of the leaderboards, which actually significantly bumped up my total hours on the game, which are definitely over 100 at this point. Yeah, no wonder I'm alone. Now, of course, this could be nothing, and I'm making a big deal out of nothing. But, oh my god, is Shadow coming to Sonic Dream Team? It is not confirmed, so don't go spreading misinformation. I would never do that. There is nothing worse than an S rank that is easy to get without even trying. Insert joke about Sonic Generations ranking system. I'm running out of them at this point. Wait, this is like actually really good. Wait, this is like really good. Sonic Dream Team's S ranks are amazing. How did this mobile game get a ranking system better than Sonic General? Can Hardlight just make like a mainline Sonic game, please? I don't think anyone would be against that. Oh my god, this was just so much fun. And today's here. Midori, please, never stop cooking. And if you couldn't tell by my somewhat subdued tone, I'm literally recording this in school. Yeah, Sonic tubing is way more important than school, am I right? Although, it really should be. I don't know, I'm really dying here. Please send help. Sonic Frontiers 2 is officially in development. In fact, it is probably coming, it is coming like in a very long time. This game is probably going to come out in a couple of years from now. But it is quite plausible that they'll fix most problems that this game had, which would be amazing. To say the absolute, the amount of possibilities with the open zone formula are almost limitless. I should have made an Ian Flynn joke about saying endless, but yeah, it's in the past now. Ciao! We also see Wade, who is in a bowling competition and getting roasted by absolute children, but that doesn't matter. Then he loses his spot on the team for his bowling competition, and he becomes very sad, and he wants to work out and become very strong so he can join back the bowling team. I don't know what this plot is. Knuckles then has a vision, or some sort of spirit of Pachacamac comes, and tells Knuckles that in order to continue the Echidna tribe, he must train an apprentice, and tells him that Wade is his apprentice. Which is like, okay, but why Wade, of all people? Speaking of funny,
I'll tell you what.
and how bowling reminds him of his father. Knuckles asks what happens to the father, and his father abandoned him. Just like any Sonic fan's dad also did, including myself. How's it going, everyone? NeedleMouse here. Now, for those who know me, first of all, hi. How are you doing this wonderful day? But second, they know that I do not like Sonic Colors. Like, at all. In fact, I think Sonic Colors should be a federal crime. I actually really like Sonic Colors. Like, I love Sonic Colors. Not that one, though. That one still sucks. Let's see it. Oh yeah! Sonic Colors was released in 2010, and it was the first Sonic game in years to get a pretty good score across critic websites, which is absolutely undeserved. Yeah, I know, those Sonic Heroes fans are about to start killing me. They're used in the special stages, like... But actually, it has fun... Oh god, I'm gonna throw up. It has fun... Okay, it has fun wisps. There, I said it. Now, someone get me ad. Now, Sonic Colors Wii has a load of problems that I go in detail in the aforementioned video. Red Burst is so much fun, as you can once again charge it up, and the more you charge it up, the higher you'll go and the more damage you'll do to the surrounding enemies. This is raw. It adds so many layers and depth to the wisps that will never be seen again. Because I swear, Sonic Team hates me, which is honestly just as great as Frenzy. Sure, it is a little slow, but Sonic turns into a literal black hole. That's raw as I love this wisp too. I love my time with this wisps. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I can't believe I'm saying that. I like a wisp so much. Wow, how far have we come? God brought these barriers down just so we stupid Sonic fans could grind down on them. Like Sonic. God, can I be happy starting off with the one that began it all? Except, of course, Sonic Lost World, because that game can go ahead and stop existing. Oh my god! It's not very reliable, but it works better than, other games. What an absolutely amazing introduction to this gimmick. Sure hope they don't screw it up. Oh god. Like, look at this. What is this speed? Oh god, Shadow, wait. You're gonna crash! Shadow! And finally, we have Sonic Forces.
They removed the trick thingy again. No!
Sonic Frontiers is so interesting. On one hand, you have whatever the this is, and on the other hand, you have something that is very interesting.
I am so upset. And if all of y'all think, oh no, he didn't like this. No, I'm upset because I loved this game so much. Green Hill, of course, from Sonic 1. I mean, we can't not have Green Hill in a Sonic game. Oh, come on now. Let's be honest here. And you also beat the out of fellow players, which, you know, if that's a recurring factoid about why I'm enjoying this game, I am not gonna lie. It's really fun.
Yeah, we want to see your father suffer and play Sonic games. I remember you commenting how you remember parts of this game. So we're gonna go ahead and start with this one, because this might be the one you're most familiar with on the Sega Genesis, so you probably have some familiarity with it. Look at that, he's even using momentum. So how this is gonna work is we're gonna have you play a level from a bunch of different Sonic games.
And by a bunch, I literally mean 3.
The newest 3D game, not 2D.
Okay. To translate what my father is saying, because he's so nice, is that you have no life.
So you can unlock Phantom Rush, and then in between these two. So either Sonic Boom, or just do an air trick. And you can now unlock either Wild Rush, which is an attack move. Okay, yeah.
I then proceeded to try to do the Hedgehog Space Program, and that equated to nothing!
And I hope that our one-way dream continues. No, Ian Flynn, get out of here. This is supposed to be a sentimental build. Get out!
Like, I'm not gonna watch it probably,
Up
but this doesn't look
next,
too
we
bad.
have Sonic X Shadow
Yes!
Generation.
Yes! Finally!
A definitive greatest hit collection of 3D and
Yes!
2D levels from
Yes!
Sonic and Shadow's history. Now it's time for a glimpse of Shadow's brand new powers and gameplay from his standalone campaign, as well as the official release date announcement.
Come on! Alright, Egg Dragoon. Oh, this looks great. Okay, Egg Dragoon boss. Looks wonderful. Every generation needs heroes. Okay, Speed Highway, Crisis City, Seaside Hill, Speed Highway, and anti-heroes. Come on! Oh my god! That's Canyon, Rail Canyon. Yo! Where is he go? Guys, this looks so goated. 3 hedgehogs. There's Sonic. Shadow. Dude, he's using Chaos Control. Metal Sonic and Classic. 2 epic adventures. Oh my god, bro. Kingdom Valley. Let's go. Yo, Kingdom Valley. Yes. Finally. Rooftop Run. What the
I'll overcome every obstacle.
Oh my god. This is so cool. Oh my god, welcome to Family Adventures. This is so cool. Terios! Do you guys see that? That was Terios. An additional, guys, additional level. Okay, I know that we should be probably moving on. Oh my god, guys. Digital BGA skill points. Terios skin, additional level and skin releasing for Shadow. They're gonna keep updating the game, bro. Oh my god, this is so goated. So, I would start this video off by screaming my lungs out, but I'm completely spent at this point. I kid you not. This is gonna be the greatest Sonic game of all time. I'm overhyping this. I already know that future me is gonna be looking back at this video thinking, oh god, he was so hyped and it's gonna be so bad. But I don't care. You guys like all the rapid fire uploads? I certainly hope you do, because I have yet another one about Sonic X Shadow Generations. You just do not stop with the amount of stuff they're putting out. While the interview gave us a lot of stuff, a Sonic Unleashed remastered teaser. Here, I'll play the clip right now.
But depending on what people like out there, if there's a title people like, we'll think about it for the next remaster.
Well, I mean, you heard them scream when I said Sonic Unleashed, so look at that.
Now, a lot of people are complaining that it's very linear. And hi guys, have you never played a boost game? Now, I didn't decide to go for the S rank because, you know, I wanted to get this video out pretty soon when the update came out. There really isn't one Sonic game that has bad music. Ignore Sonic Eraser for me, okay? And is one of the rarest Sonic games ever, selling for as much as $400. Man, I would really like this game, guys. Like, it'd be really cool if I got this game, guys. Like, it'd be There is almost no other soundtrack in Sonic history that is this spiritual. Like, this game's soundtrack came down from the heavens. There's no other way to say it, except this game is better than Sonic CD. And honestly, I enjoyed more than the Wisps. When it comes to the Wii and PS2 version, well, while others thought that this game was in fact worse than Sonic 06. Yeah, I'm definitely making a video about the worst Sonic reviews after this one, man. It might be one of the most mindless things I have ever done in a Sonic game. And I played Sonic 4, like all of it. It's not the worst in the series because, well, we still have this. These stages genuinely me off. I don't like this stage. This game is not as good as the HD version, and I'm tired of people saying this game is better than the HD version. If you think that it is, you're wrong. It's honestly night and day. Alright, I'm sorry, alright. Whatever this was, but when we saw our first glimpse of these stages, well, it was disappointing to say the least. Apart from the fact that the first stage was Green Hill again, and when Sonic Frontiers was finally released, yeah, it was pretty much all completely reused level design. From everything I've seen and played, these levels are based on 3 games: Sonic Generations, Sonic Unleashed, and Sonic Adventure 2. So clearly, they took the level design only from the best Sonic games. But at least they reused good levels. Well, except for this one, of course, but forget it for me, okay? Well, all I gotta say is, you're wrong, G-Dub! Oh my god, bro! Just because a skin isn't perfect to its original release doesn't mean it's bad! You idiot! This is the problem with Sonic fans! Because nothing satisfies you! Look at this cool fan service that SEGA is doing! And instead of being happy, all you're doing is screaming on the internet like a child! What the is wrong with you? Why don't you, instead of screaming on the internet like an idiot, be thankful for everything that SEGA has done for us? It's because of Sonic fans like you that the franchise is so stale and bad. You can't be grateful for anything that SEGA does to us. And because of this, you suck. You have overstayed your welcome on YouTube. You have awful opinions. And in fact, you should delete your channel and get off YouTube now. Kill yourself! Yeah, you know what? No even intro this time. Nothing. Not even a how's it going everyone NeedleMouse here. Screw that. You know what? I'm gonna say it here and now. And I don't care if future me looks back and thinks I'm stupid. Sonic X Shadow Generations will be the best Sonic game of all time. A couple of pretty odd Q&A questions from the community like, ow, what does Shadow like to eat and stuff? So mid. But prior, I thought Devil Doom was the best. Okay? Are we good? You aren't gonna kill me in the comments just because I think this boss fight is really that good. Alright, perfect. Thanks. Starting off with the build-up and presentation. Okay, wait, it is way too dark. I gotta turn on the lights in my room. There we go, yippee! Listen, people, the fact that Black Doom steals the Chaos Emeralds, Chaos controls the whole Black Comet to the Earth, starts the process of feeding off humans, and then has little aliens begin eating the main cast while they're paralyzed. That's actually insane. Of course, this could have been like the Metal Sonic transformation, which was 40 freaking seconds. So, you know, I think I'll take this. With Shadow's Chaos With Shadow's Chaos Spear and Silver's thingy that barely even works, if I'm gonna be honest. But seriously, I mean, he was my favorite Supersonic boss. No longer, okay? Please, I want my head to stay on my shoulders. Don't decapitate me.
Man, what the fuck? And if there's one thing I also love, it's history. For those who are in my server or just around me know that I love history with all of my heart.
And I don't think I ever will. Just because I sound like a nerd talking about history doesn't mean all of this may be completely accurate.
Nothing about Station Square feels like the United States or Pennsylvania to me. I've actually been to the state multiple times since my sister goes to college there. Shout out to my sister, I love you so much. But it honestly doesn't look anything like it. Adventure 2 struggles with the fact that its location is solely based in San Francisco and then out of nowhere Egypt. Like honestly, where the hell does this pyramid come from? Is it Egypt? Maybe it's Sudan, because that country also has a lot of pyramids too. Now, the island is based on two locations technically. The islands of Mykonos and Santorini, both located in Greece. Starting off with Mykonos, the island has been in the hands of multiple empires across the ages. The Romans, the Byzantines, the Ottomans, and then would finally fall under Greek sovereignty after the Greek War of Independence. The iconic blues and whites of the buildings you see now was actually created out of pure necessity in a time of crisis. You see, during the 1930s, Greece was suffering from a massive epidemic, and the nation's leader at the time ordered all Greek citizens to whitewash their houses, as the whitewash used to paint the outside of the citizens' homes contained limestone, which happens to be a very potent disinfectant, and the blue would be added later to represent the Greek flag. If you guessed the Republic of Mali, then you, my friend, did a good job. Now, the biggest similarity between Missouri and Mali is when we take a closer look at the architecture, specifically when we compare it to a specific city in Mali. This is Timbuktu, an ancient city that's been around since the 12th century when the Empire of Songhai initially built it. And while just like most places in the world, it would fall into hands of rival nations, such as in this case Morocco and then later the French Empire, the city would remain almost untouched since it was built, leaving an amazing piece of history that anyone could visit. Now, of course, there's no such thing as a mellow yam in the real world, but we do have yams, a type of tuber that is quite delicious, and is a close relative to sweet potatoes. That's right, baby. This video, you aren't just learning history to make yourself seem smarter in front of your parents. You're also learning about tubers. Let's go! Alaska, though, deviated from that quite a lot. What we have here is a nation settled in the north part of the world, which means it can only be based in the Arctic Circle. Alaska, the Kingdom of Norway, and the Russian Federation are the countries I'll focus on the most here. And yes, Canada, Sweden, Finland, Iceland, and Denmark are also part of the Arctic Circle, Denmark being through the fact that it owns Greenland, of course, but honestly, 3 nations is more than enough to talk about, okay? Like I said, it's not really 3 nations, but more about 3 histories of multi-ethnic peoples that have lived here. Let me explain. In the aforementioned countries, there have always been natives living there for eons, and I will talk about 3, one from each nation. These are the Chukchi, Inuits, and Sami. Starting off with the Chukchi, an ancient people originating over 1,000 years ago. They occupy the very far northeast of Russia, living in the Chukota Autonomous Okrug. They have had a rough history. At first ignored by the Russians, they would be then subjugated to attempts of extermination. Thanks to their environment, though, they were able to survive and make peace with the Russians in the 18th century, and since then it has lived peacefully and treated with all Russian governments, from the Russian Empire to the Soviet Union and to the current-day Federation. The Inuits are a group of people living in Greenland, Canada, and Alaska, and they are by far the most populous and oldest of any Arctic peoples. They were one of the only native people to the Americas to escape the massive bloodshed that the Europeans brought with them, most likely due to their northern locations. And even when engaging with the Europeans, they would almost immediately start trading with them since they were more acclimated to the north better. And now there are even massive reservations in the north of Canada for these people, similar to what we have in the United States with the Native Americans living here. And finally, we have the Sami people. Living mostly in Scandinavia, these people at first had little contact with Sweden, Norway, and Finland. It was only in the 19th century when these countries started to aggressively expand north that would lead to repression of culture and language. It wouldn't be only until the 1900s when it was Norway that started to pour billions to assimilate and preserve the culture of these people. Finland and Sweden would soon both follow suit, and it was a success. These people have such similar, but yet such different cultures and languages that it would take 3 years to explain everything that we have here. But y'all are Sonic fans, so let me get back to the funny blue rat. Now, we obviously have the igloos, which can be traced back to all 3 peoples, but it was the Inuits who came up with them first. And also, of course, we have the food, the most famous from this part of the world being, of course, the canned horror. It's famous for the fact that when you give it to Chip, he'll say a string of symbols signifying his cursing. But the canned horror indeed has a real-life inspiration in the delicacy known as, oh god, Sturströmming. My Swedish friends, tell me if I said that right. It does come from Sweden, yes, and it does look as bad as isn't unleashed, and I think I know why Chip was cursing out when he said it, but hey, if you think it tastes good, let me know, maybe I'll give it a try. And yeah, that was absolutely just an excuse to the fact that I know Russian, although I'm not Russian. Long story. Post-editing NeedleMouse, yeah, so by far, after editing the script, I realized that it was Halaska that took the longest to explain, which honestly makes sense, but this part is also quite long, so lock in. Spagonia. This country is based on not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 nations.
God damn it, I tried.
These 4 nations are the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, the French Republic, the Italian Republic, and the Kingdom of Spain. And all of these nations have such a long and deep histories. I don't even know where to start. Alright, I guess we should start with the architecture. This one takes a lot of inspiration from Spanish and Italian architecture. Taking a look at a city like Florence in Italy, or Albasarin in Spain, and you can clearly see the similarities between them and Spagonia. Florence and Albasarin both have ancient histories, but Florence, of course, was built a very long time, during the Roman times in 59 BCE, making it one of the most ancient yet well-preserved cities in Italy. Albasarin was built much later, in 1104, but it still has quite similar architecture to Florence. Interestingly, both nations had a massive explosion in economy, population, as well as fame during the Renaissance era in the 15th and 16th centuries. Now, the United Kingdom influence comes in when looking at the centerpiece in both the night and day stages, with that, of course, being the clock tower, being an in-world equivalent to the Big Ben. The Big Ben, or its full name, the Great Clock of Westminster, was built in 1859, and it's the leading symbol of the United Kingdom. The French influence comes in strong, with the use of accordions in the hub world, which is a massive staple in French music. French architecture is also quite similar to that of Florence and the other Renaissance cities, as well as the clock tower itself being built in a sort of Gothic French-like way that we all know. Now, the histories behind the French, Italian, Spanish, and British is so long, it would take about 10 hours for me to explain everything. So obviously, I'm barely gonna talk about it here. The most important thing you should know is that all were expansionist empires that at one time or another had massive influence all over the world. In particular, the British, who at their peak in 1990 controlled over 25% of land area in the world, which is insane. All these countries have very deep and ancient histories. The Italians, of course, having the most ancient ones with the Roman Empire, starting in 509 BCE and ending with the Byzantine Empire in the 1400s. And when the Roman Empire did fall, it allowed for the creation of the most primitive versions of French, English, and Spanish nations who would shape the modern world as we know it. Another thing I should probably mention is the food in Spagonia. I mean, there's literally a baguette. Do I need to elaborate? Oh my god, okay. And you know, minor tangent, I love bao buns so much. They're so freaking delicious, man. There was this one Korean place I went to the other day that had like red bean paste bao buns for the dessert, and oh my god, they were so freaking good. Oh my god. Speaking of sweet things, we also have peach buns, which are a sweet dessert made in China called Tang Yuan. Definitely butchering all these names, god. And finally we have Wang's noodles, which is literally just a ramen or a noodle dish that is found in China 100%, which would honestly probably taste amazing. I'm starving right now, and this is making me feel really sad. People, it is time for Freedom Land! Empire City! Empire City, the stage that was thrown in at the last second because Sonic Team realized that Sonic Unleashed needed some freedom and liberty to be brought in. I've honestly run out of America jokes here to make this section ever so slightly longer because Empire City will be the easiest country to talk about since the country is clearly a parallel to the United States of America, but more specifically, New York City. Now, for my non-American audience who might not know where that is, here's a map, and yes, the state is called New York, but there's also a capital called New York. It's stupid, I agree. You guys should listen about New York. It was once called New Amsterdam because the Dutch used to own this land until the Brits said no and slapped them out of America. They'd never have any claims in America after that, apart from like, I think a couple of islands. I have to fact check that. New York was an integral city during the American Revolutionary War, and to this day remains as one of the most famous places in the world. Everyone knows the massive skyscrapers and the Statue of Liberty, after all. I personally have been to New York many times, specifically Manhattan, and I have to say I don't like the city at all, honestly, but Unleashed version of New York did capture the best parts of the city, starting off with, of course, the massive skyscrapers. It's really cool that they are engaging in gameplay, having run up them, or while railgunning, quickly switch rails to avoid crashing into them. The name of Empire City actually comes from the fact that the state of New York is often called the Empire State, which can be applied to New York City being called the Empire City. Where did that come from? Well, during, once again, the American Revolutionary War, New York was the main base of operation for the British Army, which would lead the young General George Washington to remark
that the state was the seat of the empire, which led to the creation of the name. But apart from that, the food sold here is literally what everyone thinks about American food. We have steaks, fried chicken, burgers, and also tacos for some reason. That's Mexican food. Then I guess America doesn't steal just oil from countries. They steal everything. In the end, Empire City, even though being thrown in at the last second, does a pretty good job at capturing everyone's favorite Walmart shopping, gun-loving, beer-drinking country. If that was a joke, please don't cancel me. Shamar, what an interesting country. Now, for the longest time ever, this was my favorite level in Unleashed until the next environment, but we'll get to that in a sec. Now, the country is based on present-day country of Jordan, which is the closest country to my home country, and I'm only mentioning it now because literally no one knows about my country. Anyway, starting off with the architecture. It's honestly very cool, being that of an ancient city partly built into the mountain, very similar to the ancient city of Petra. Now, Petra was founded by an ancient people called the Nabateans, who were perhaps the first humans to ever settle in the Middle East. But from 1516 to 1918 CE, it was all controlled by the Ottomans. Interestingly, the Ottomans wouldn't actually touch the ruins at all and leave them for historical value. But anyway, Sonic Unleashed Shamar also has the same type of ruins built into the mountains. In fact, even the way they build is very similar to that of Petra. But that's not the only thing Jordan and Shamar have in common. The country has a lot of food that is very Middle Eastern, starting off with chai. Now, I don't care that this is off topic because I have suffered for too long, and at this point, if you've made it this far in the video, you're cool and you're okay with this tiny crash out. As someone who loves tea, it pisses me off so much when people say chai tea. What the do you mean chai tea? Chai means tea. You're saying tea, that's stupid. Just say chai. It's just chai. Are you okay? Just say chai! Anyway, alright, back to the topic at hand. Chai is drunk in many Middle Eastern countries and is loved, which makes a lot of sense as it's literally the greatest drink in the world, only topped by water. Not biased here, it's peak. Get that artificial Lipton out of here. Ah, well, anyway, there's also curry. And while most people associate it with India, which is very fair, there's also very many types in the Middle East too, and they are all quite delicious. The final food I'll mention is elastic ice cream. Now, this is a direct reference to Turkish dondurma, or ice cream. Y'all know the Turkish dudes who always prank you, make you feel stupid because you can't grab the ice cream? Well, this is the actual ice cream that they sell. It's actually a little elastic too, in the real world. And if I do get the footage, which we'll see if I cut this out, but if I do get the footage, you'll actually see me buying some dondurma, considering my home country has many of these guys all around the city. It's really cool, actually, and case in point, I've had it many times. Adabat is one of my personal favorite locations in Sonic history. I love the levels so much, even though it runs like 2 FPS on my PS3. And man, the environment is also based on one of my favorite regions in Southeast Asia, specifically the Kingdom of Thailand, the Republic of Indonesia, and the Kingdom of Cambodia. Alright, these countries have quite an intertwined history. Cambodia was once even part of Thailand, and they were all at the minimum occupied, but to some extent, by European colonials and during the Second World War by the Japanese. In fact, all these countries have gone through so much bloodshed that I'm not going to mention here since this is, after all, a Sonic video. If you're interested in history, though, I recommend watching the channels Knowledgepedia and The Armchair Historian, as well as checking out the GOAT of history on YouTube, Oversimplified. But back to the Funny Blu-ray. The architecture seen in the actual levels is extremely reminiscent to the ancient structures found in Cambodia, specifically the ancient city of Angkor. The old buildings seen in the real world are quite literally the same as the ones in Adabat, and they are beautiful. The hub world is actually very reminiscent of the Koh Phangan village in Thailand, while the whole place being surrounded by many islands is very similar to that of Indonesia. Even the music of the hub world is based on the instruments originating in both Bali and Java, which are Indonesian islands. The food is basically one-for-one for traditional Southeast Asian foods. Bananas, for example, originate from this area of the world and can be found in Adabat. A live honker can also be bought, which isn't a real fish, obviously, but represents the massive sea-based culture in these countries. And the last food I'll mention is a mollusk, which is also representative of the sea-based cuisine. And honestly, clams and mollusks are very baller and taste wonderful in my opinion. I'm very big into seafood. I really want to go to Thailand. I've heard like the food is amazing there. The final thing to talk about is, of course, the flag, and it is literally just the Thai flag, plus stars and dolphin. Yeah, no need to elaborate here. We have a very simple flag. But with that, I will say Adabat represents the nations of Thailand, Indonesia, and Cambodia very well. And this is just such an amazing environment.
I don't know why I have to open this side. I have no lethal weapons to open this with, do I? Oh, my camera. Oh no.
Sonic Heroes. So here's how the story goes. Over 8 months ago, oh my god, it's been 8 months? Not too long ago, I decided to come back to this game, and my experience was troubling, to say the least. I actually finished the entire game, and my affection for it dropped hard. Looking back on that video, and apart from the atrocious editing, so many of my takes I just do not agree with in the slightest anymore. And there is no better way to start off this video than the controls. Can I... What? Why? I was... The rails in this game, bro. Oh my... I was clicking the button. I hate this game. I thought this game was mid. Maybe I hate it. Maybe I'm hating this game. Oh boy, I love it when the game, I'm clicking the opposite direction, but the game just doesn't function. No, oh, my favorite. So many times, I just want to jump off the rail, but no, I enter the rail switching animation and cannot do anything but fall to my death. Peak game design here, absolutely amazing. In Heroes, I just sort of die and then look at the screen for a little, trying to understand why I died, and then just proceed with the game, having no idea what just happened. And like I said before, my absolutely favorite thing is when I mash on particularly bulky enemies, the game sort of says, KILL YOURSELF! Well, that's exactly what happens. There are people who genuinely think that this game is the best Sonic game ever. And I've seen people who even say this is the best video game ever. What the fuck? Alright, who in the actual thought it would be a great idea to have you play this game 4 times to unlock the final story? And 2 of those 4 times, the campaign is longer than usual. I beat Shadow 05 faster and with less inconveniences than Sonic Heroes. How? The game just feels like it drags for way too long. This is padding at its highest. This is worse than the Werehog in Sonic Unleashed, worse than all the 2D sections and colors. It is the true definition of padding in Sonic games, and it might be the worst example for it. But even then, Rouge is right there. And she knows exactly what happened with SA2 and the entirety of Shadow's past because she was working for GUN, or for whatever that government organization was in Sonic Adventure 2. Why doesn't she just tell Shadow what happened? Oh my god. Team Sonic just wants to beat Eggman through the superpower of teamwork, which is just so cringy. But speaking of Team Chaotix, don't get me started on those levels. They are the worst. I need to get my thoughts straight. Hold on, I have to like shift my sitting position because I'm ready, bro. I am riled up, bro. Nah, bro. But in Team Chaotix, how the am I supposed to see these stupid crabs? I am tweaking out. This game is just makes me so mad even talking about it. All right, what else do we have? Ah, well, here's another positive. Okay, hold up. I need to check on the thesaurus for just a moment. They're heinous. Such a stupid word. Oh my god. Would you like to know what all the bosses and encounters are like? I wake up and I see this. Oh my god, we are so back. Sunset Heights from Sonic Forces and freaking Chaos Island from Sonic Frontiers have become levels in this game. I am shocked. And oh my god. I'm flabbergasted. I don't even know what to say. And I try not to do anything weird because I'm in public and I can't have people knowing that I'm a Sonic fan. Knuckles destroys Britain, so this is already a peak movie. And I'm waiting for another trailer at this point. How am I supposed to survive for 4 months without seeing this fantastic movie? And yes, I do wish people who use Android could play it, but hey, I have Apple Arcade and I'm gonna use that to my advantage. Just take a listen.
First of all, we have the Guardian. What was the name of the guy? Hold on. What was the name of the boss? What was it? Guardian Hunter. Okay. But hey, that's just a theory. A needle theory. Thanks for watching. Okay, well, I had to do that. You guys know. Sonic X Shadow Generations. I don't even know how to start this video, man. Sonic X Shadow Generations just dropped not one, but 2 trailers. And oh my god, am I so excited. Because holy these trailers are just fantastic, and I'm gonna say it here and now, Shadow Generations is already the best Sonic game ever. Screw it, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it in the slightest. I already think that Shadow Generations is the best Sonic game ever. But next, and oh my god, I will be screaming this entire part, Mephiles the Dark, bro. Mephiles is back in a Sonic game. The best Sonic villain of all time is back, and oh my god, I am so excited for it. I'm so freaking happy. Holy he looks freaking-tastic. Shadow the Hedgehog, the best Sonic game of all time, obviously. And the fact that they got freaking Keanu Reeves on this is just stupid funny, but I love it. But I have to say, meaning Sonic Team barely had time to finish that abysmal mess of a video game. Sonic Heroes on average had reviews that were like 7 out of 10, which I think was generous. See this guy from NetJack? Yeah, he gets it, the game is awful. There was one path mentioned that involved Sonic being on a sinking submarine, where he could either save the sub, or just escape himself and leaving all the people behind. Yeah, real move of you, Sonic. Small editor's note, I said here that there was a poll where Sonic fans could choose whether or not Sonic characters could have guns, but it was actually Sonic fans sending letters to Sonic Team that they wanted Sonic characters to use guns. So, my bad. And the answer was yes, which by the way is so based of Sonic fans at the time. Of course I want Shadow with a blicky. Yeah! That was the only reason, by the way, that we got guns in Shadow 5. People at the time could not understand the true masterpiece Sonic Team created here. I'm joking, the game is not that good. Is the main inspirations for this game, which were Terminator, Constantine, and Underworld. Like, do I even need to say anything? This is 2000's Edge at its peak, and I love it. We have to start out with the most obvious thing. Maria gets popped. Hey all, Editing NeedleMouse is back for a quick little thing, and I'm gonna cut in every now and again because it seems like I've missed quite a little bit of stuff while writing my script, and one of the stuff is the black arms in the final game evaporate when you kill them. They turn into a sort of green smoke and just evaporate. Here though, they turn into a red smoke, and the particles seem to signify that the black arms literally explode when you kill them. Like their blood goes flying, which is extremely morbid but also really bad. I cannot lie. Anyway, back to past me. Now, is this most likely IGN being stupid and miscalling the homing attack as a double jump or the jump dash as a double jump? Yeah, probably, but I just find that so cool to consider. And what the f does the word shadowy even mean? Also, I have to mention how much I love the fact that half of these trailers end with Shadow shooting the camera, and that's just so funny to me. Just Shadow pulls up and then shoots the camera. It's just so stupid. And the song to accompany the promotion was actually peak, because it's Shadow the Hedgehog, baby.
Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadow the Hedgehog, 12月15日 on sale.
Now this gives us a possibility of Shadow the Hedgehog, and even to some extent Sonic the Hedgehog, dropping F-bombs in an official Sonic game, which is so stupid funny. I mean, can you imagine Shadow saying something like, "Sonic, give me that Chaos Emerald"? Future NeedleMouse is back, and a minor note, so apparently there is a gun in the game that does that, actually. There is this gun right here that you unlock after beating a certain ending that actually does this and makes the enemies no longer attack you. But the thing is, it's really stupid because you only unlock it after you beat the game once or in a certain way, and it's just so stupid. I don't like this, and honestly it's so unwieldy compared to what I was imagining that it's not even a good fix in the first place. Maybe it's a good thing that they got rid of these health units because, well, I guess the gun doesn't work either.
Human construction methods are sorely lacking.
Like, this man is annihilating the entire human population, sending his aliens to literally feed on humans, but he has the time and attentiveness to comment how humanity has awful architecture. It's just so funny to me. Now the next clip is something that shows us the teen rating Shadow was going to have, but this time coming from Dr. Eggman. Take a quick listen.
Look at those gun fools burn, Shadow!
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you just heard Dr. Ivor Robotnik, aka Eggman, laughing at the fact that the gun soldiers were being burned alive. No wonder this was cut out. I mean, can you imagine the goofy villain that is Dr. Eggman laughing at people slowly and painfully dying? It's no shocker that this was removed. I mean, then again, we do have a part of this game where Shadow says hell, so who am I to judge?
No! I'm too young to die!
See, that's how you make a good video. You leave the other stuff for the end, so you guys watch it to the end. What the was that? Like models and assets being carried over from, that game. And even, of all things, a skybox from Bullet Station. They knew about Shadow Generations all along, guys. It's conspiracy theory. Write this down in your journals. They knew about Shadow Generations all the way in the greatest Sonic game of all time, Shadow the Hedgehog 2005. Confirmed. Sadly confirmed on the thumbnail. This is confirmed, guys. Yeah, write it down. It looks very much like Espio's move from Sonic Heroes where he turns invisible. And yes, please appreciate me playing this really bad game and forcing myself through this. Thanks. Which, by the way, I personally never had trouble once, ever, probably because I'm such an alpha, sigma, totally radical gamer. What the just came out of my mouth? Sonic Team. Sonic Team, man. Just excuse me for a sec, would you guys? It's not even a fucking sync! Evidence suggests that Shadow the Hedgehog was meant to have a two-player mode more similar to the adventure games, where you race to the end of levels instead of, whatever the actual we got in the final game. For some reason, the only thing that I really noticed was the fact that the flag looked like the flag of Cambodia. Like, come on, guys. I cannot be the only one who sees this, right?
Yes, I'm getting drunk.
Am I gaslighting myself and all of you into believing that there was going to be a water stage in Shadow the Hedgehog? No, of course I'm not. Why would you ever think that?
Chaos control!
Over the course of my very little time of being a YouTuber here on YouTube.com, I have been known for one of three things. The Sonic Colors hater, which is very fair. I did call it a federal crime. The Shadow 05 Glazer, which is also very true, because that game is, well, P-gaming. I'm so tired of this honeymoon phase and this hype bias. No, this game is actually the best Sonic game in my eyes. I'm so sorry. And all I can say without the shadow of a doubt, the controls are alright. I think Sonic Colors actually had much better controls. I know it's kind of crazy that I'm saying something positive about that mid-fest, but the controls and colors are actually good. Apart from that double jump, because wow, that is an abysmal thing. But I never did like classic Sonic. I think the idea of a 2D only side-scrolling Sonic is dumb, and his design is awful in this game and in every game after. I mean, look how stupid he looks. I hate his stupid little... Oh. Well, I take everything back, because don't you look beautiful. I think a certain someone should take notes, because this is exactly the cool type of references we should get. Or at least give him a smaller head, like his is not the thinker. Before we talk about the final boss, you may have noticed that I didn't talk about the story of this game, because wow, it is so bad. Big purple thing comes. Grab Sonic's. Sonic's run. Time fix. That's about it. Now that we've gotten through that, let's talk about Sonic Generations again, but specifically the version of Generations seen in the remaster. This is your spoiler warning, as everything after this is either new stuff added to Sonic Gens or just straight up Shadow Gens content. That is the most times I've ever said Generations in one sentence, Jesus.
You know, I gotta be honest, I do not give a singular fuck.
Thanks, Sonic. Now then, tell me, where is the rest of my island?
I ate it, Knuckles. And whenever I do die, I know exactly why I died. But also the best level design in Sonic history. The amount of pathways, the amount of skips, the amount of amazing in-game cinematics. Oh my god, this game! Editor's note. After writing the script, I've actually gotten a sub 2 minutes. So, very proud of that. Anyway, back to the video. Now, even though I've been on YouTube for a very short period of time, I've already gathered some nicknames on YouTube, and that's kind of goated, I cannot lie. There's everything, ranging from the Sonic Generations hater to the Shadow 05 glazer. But I think it's time we introduce a brand new one, and that is the Sonic Dream Team glazer. And I'm just loving all I'm doing in this game. It's just so much fun. I'm running out of adjectives to describe how much I'm loving Shadow in this game. Sonic Dream Team might have become a top 10 Sonic game of all time. Period. In fact, I think I might like this game more than Sonic Generations now. Base Generations. I know the comments are probably gonna rip me apart, but holy this is so much fun. Well, I still think that the first Sonic movie is bad. There's this one scene in the movie that I'm gonna get to that it was used so unbelievably well that I've got no words, bro. It was just so good. Can we please have Black Doom in this movie? Oh my god, please! And we just sort of go from Shadow going, what are you doing? Kill me. I'm right in front of you. End it already. You can't stop us anyway. To, oh, shoot. You're right. I shouldn't have been doing that, you know? Now, I don't really need to say my opinions on Heroes because you all know exactly what I think about this game. It sucks! It is literally a get to the end of the level within a certain time period type situation. Knuckles, are you okay there? And most of the times that I was dying wasn't me not knowing how to play, it was the game literally not functioning. And yes, I got it all on camera, so I'm not accused of a stupid skill issue argument. Not after individual levels, nor after you finish the entire playthrough. All you get is this stupid screen saying thanks for playing. Yeah, screw you, Sonic Team, I do not want to play this ever again. Our next game though, well, it's kind of a step up. And say you're also missing some memory tokens, so you hit up Big the Cat and holy looks like inflation has been hitting Big too. What are these prices?
Behold the ultimate power.
Then skip this entire waiting section. Time that last jump correctly, oh fuck, and then boom. You finish that level. Look at how much I yapped about this one level. I come back from school and I see this. I'm sorry, Secret Rings levels, Extreme Gear, what the is going on? Hold on, let me open up my my notes where I have all my stuff. In fact, as a beta tester, I think I'm getting some special stickers for it, which, you know, I'm gonna be plastering all over my cards because I have to flex the fact that I'm better than everyone. You know, the classic. It's just luck and gambling. And that's not good. Kids, don't gamble. That is not good for you. Man, I sure do love playing video games. Other times, they've been barely even playable. You good there, Sonic? Unless there's a lip which allows Tails to get up there. Oh my god, this game is so well designed. And Tails has an army with him. Yes, good. Slaughter him. Though the puzzles are literally made for babies, so that's a bit of a drawback. Like this puzzle in Halt Shelter. Like, what is this? This is made for like a genuine toddler. And then we have Big. You just fish till you get froggy. And that's literally it. You should check out this video right here, made by my friend Seth, which I also appear in. He needs the views. That video is super underrated. It needs like 10,000 views, okay? Go and watch it. When I first played SA1, Knuckles was my favorite character. So when his story ended, I was just sort of like...
That's it?
And not a speedrunner's wet dream. Which, even then, speedrunners have learned how to speedrun this in like 30 seconds, so I digress. Speed is, well, fast, I guess. Same thing here. When you run out of light, you cannot control your characters at all. And also, they have a speed... But you know what is, though? But at the same time, he also gains a new ability I like to call a plot device. You suck, you suck, you suck, you suck, you suck, you suck, you're stupid broken. And Lesion level 3 gives you Chaos Blast, or as I like to call it, a disappointment. What the heck happened here? Whole cities are weeping at this abomination to humanity, but instead has just bombs. Why? Like I said, explosions are cool. First off, he is a lot slower. Yippee! She has one weak hammer attack and for some reason can turn invisible. Why? Explosions. It's my video, I can do whatever I want. Like, look, I can put a video of my dog on screen and you can't do anything about it. Like, look at that vlog. Isn't she so Oh yeah, Shadow Gen. And yes, he is still broken as all. Tails, you want to get down from there? No? Okay, I guess that's fine. Which I could have included, but I decided against it because this video is already long enough. We're at 50 minutes and I still have so many games to talk about. Oh my god. And this jump is just... Oh my god. I mean, look at Sonic himself. He looks like he has his soul completely drained from his body. Is this what depression feels like? This is my OC, guys. His name is, John. Yeah, I don't know what I was going with that. Knuckles' boost has no wind-up though, and that's actually really cool. But do you know who does have a wind-up though? Tails and Amy. Game. Why? He even looks at the camera at one moment, sort of showing like, okay, when are we going? A full shadow campaign in this game would have been a dream come true. Pun entirely intended. Thank you so much, the Sonic Dream Team team. The Sonic Dream Team team. What the hell am I cooking here? Oh my god, this trailer is amazing. This looks so cool. What the? Oh my god. Oh my. Wow, that just ruined everything, didn't it? You've seen the title, and I know the comments are gonna be flooded with people calling me an insane person. And yeah, you know what, fair enough, I am. Shadow 05 is a game that I freaking love, if you couldn't tell. Meanwhile, Cosmic Fall is very dramatic, since you're quite literally falling from orbit as the arc collapses around you. I usually look down upon lava levels in Sonic games because a lot of the time they wind up looking or sounding like Mario levels. Looking at you here, Lost World. And yeah, I'm just going to ignore that Lost World exists once again. Nobody cares about that game, and I certainly don't. Though, Sonic Team has to ride that wave very carefully, so it doesn't become too much of a Mario level, like Lava Mountain did for half of its runtime. This video already has 3 sections on where I hate on Lost World. We are on a roll here, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, pause the frame. Can you see it? Zoom in. Zoom in again. No, wait, this is a little too far. Go back. Okay, to the left a little bit. There you go. You see that? That's right, baby. We're talking about the rails again. Yeah! A section that I like to call the giant rail. Y'all like the little Ajax reference I made? Eggman's main goal is to try and get you to activate his defenses by turning on these 5 machines. So how do you do that? By shooting everything repeatedly until it works. No wonder I like Doom so much. It actually kind of makes a lot of sense now. I mean, hold on. And honestly, this is some of my favorite platforming in the game. Mostly because you can very easily and satisfyingly just blitz. Oh yeah, I should probably eventually talk about that, huh?
Why not do the thing that every Sonic tuber does at least one time in their career, and that is making a hot takes video. Woo! Next one comes from Next comes, perhaps, I'm gonna be honest, one of the worst takes I have ever seen in the Sonic franchise, period. Sonic Frontiers is only good with mods. What? Another one comes from Reagan Animator. Hey man, you could have just put it all in one comment. No, I'm playing. That's my mom calling me. Hi mom, give me 2 seconds. Oh, I'm recording a video. Bye, I love you. Say hi. Here comes Chuck's lol saying that Sonic Ball is the best Sonic game. Changed my mind. I don't know what that is. Which is probably the worst offender by saying that Sonic 06 is the second best Sonic game in the franchise. No. To answer all of these comments, absolutely not. The game is buggy, it's trash, it is not well designed. The only good thing about it is it has good level design that doesn't work because of how terribly the characters control, and it has good music. That's it. Terrible story that makes barely any sense, and I'm like one of the few people who glazes like Mephiles, who's like cool in my opinion. Like, no, the story makes no sense. I only like Mephiles because he's hype and aura. That's literally it. I am the definition of hype aura guy. Like, objectively speaking, Mephiles is not a good villain. He's cool because he's manipulative and he's aura and he's hype, but he's not good. The game is awful. It's not underrated. It is awful. And then Sonic Heroes is overhated. Yep, we're not reading the rest of it. Sorry, Heroes is awful. And honestly, I don't think we should be catering to like a Japanese feel or counterpart of Sonic, because Sonic is not Japanese. He's American. He will always be marketed towards Americans. We are the #1 market for Sonic. Japan, sure, is where the character was created, but Sonic will always be American. I mean, it was based off Michael Jackson and Bill Clinton and Santa Claus. You can't get more Western than that. He's literally, like, American. I don't know what else to say. Japan's pretty cool, I guess. This one comes from Class Sonic the Hedgehog. This guy's a good. Go subscribe to him, too. He states, he's got a couple. Says that classic over modern. Okay, I can kind of see that, especially by the name. 2D over 3D. I can kind of see that one, too. I don't get that, because I think you can do way more than 3D. States that Shadow Genesis OST is quite enjoyable. I agree. I'm not sure if this counts, but I find that I play Sonic Unleashed. The more I play Sonic Unleashed, the more I don't like it. That's not something I get. The more you play Unleashed is the more you like it most of the time, because you get to level up the Werehog more, and the Werehog becomes a lot more fun. So I don't really get that one. Ultimate over DS when it comes to colors, absolutely not. Colors is awful. And Ultimate makes it even worse. DS is the best version of colors. Colors Ultimate remixes are all straight heat. I wouldn't say all are straight heat, but there's a lot of really good ones. Starlight Carnival Act 1, Terminal Velocity Act 1, Planet Wisp Act 2. I like. Yeah. Superstars is a great game, better than Sonic 4 and all the classic games except for 3 and K and Mania. I like the OST about how inconsistent it is. I agree with that. I think the OST is pretty good. It's not like the best thing, again, ever, but it's good. Then TSR with Transform. I also don't really get that one. Though I haven't played much TSR, so that just maybe me not playing the game as much as I want to. So we got Yoda, like the Yoda guys. He says that Sonic Frontiers OST is mid. Yoda, this is why you died and became a Force Ghost, and now you're irrelevant, and you were ruined in the Finals trilogy. And then Sonic City's Japanese OST is the best in the series. This is why you died, and you're not remembered, and the Finals ruined you. Next, someone from Iblistic Spider, I think, stating that Sonic Mania is so mid. Your take is so bad, it made the thumbnail. Aren't you proud of yourself?